Alright, feels like I need to bring this back.
There are certain stretches of even Uhuru Highway between University Way and Nyayo House and railways. Those are generally flat areas.
So, before stories and excuses start getting circulated, let's be clear on something. Those trees that fell along my avenue did not fall because they're old or because their roots were rotting and such. It's not that. Okay? There's a cycle of things that has been happening. And those trees falling are just a sign of what is likely to continue at an even greater level.
And we've seen really heavy construction, high density construction on the upper reaches of that area. So we've replaced vegetation which seeps water and slows the runoff with concrete pavements and curb roads and high-rise buildings. So when it rains, the volume of water which comes down Serena is now more than what it used to 20 years ago.
In case you missed it the last time I said, this is my dad. He was a civil engineer, specializing in hydrology, very, very passionate at what he did and in teaching other people what he knew. Let's go back to basics. It's been raining a lot in Nairobi, right? It's been raining a lot. And over the past couple of years, all we've been doing is adding concrete and removing vegetation and green spaces. Now, because we've been removing vegetation and green spaces, the water has nowhere to go.
During construction, the first thing they did was they flattened it out because they never recognized the function of that as a drainage. So you remember the very first rain of 10 minutes, Mombasa Road was impassable because we had what? We had compromised the drainage.
And the water starts to sit. So every time it rains, the water is sitting. It has been raining continuously over the last week plus. As it sits, the soil rather, gets waterlogged. As it gets waterlogged, it can't hold things in place. Then naturally, the trees, for example, will fall over. Now, what else is held by soil? Walls. Those trees falling is just the first thing. And for as long as, again, I go back to this idea that simiti ni maendeleo is one of the most destructive things that we have today. Because for as long as we continue not respecting the place that green spaces hold, these will get worse. The floodings will get worse. And with the floodings come the destruction. And I'm not even talking about potholes on the road and such things. Structural integrity of buildings. We will start to see a problem there. And once that begins, because already perimeter walls are collapsing all over the place, that's sign number 2. It's the trees, it's the perimeter walls, and then shortly you will have houses starting to collapse. All because we keep thinking, why do we need Uhuru Park? Why do we need these green spaces in neighborhoods? Let's just build a nightclub or something like that. We have to go back and revisit the fundamentals of these things. Otherwise, hii ni shida tunajiletea tu. Already Nairobi sits on swampland. Tunajiongezea tu shida. That's all we're doing.
Oh my God!
I may not be your best, and I don't claim to be, but I'm the one you have.